From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clark County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Hello and welcome to the Athens News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter. An Athens woman celebrates a big birthday, one many of us will never see. Plus, we'll have advice on how to save your pipes during the frigid temperatures this week. But first, here are your top stories brought to you by Drake Realty. In a daring rescue along the swollen Broad River, Madison County Sheriff's Lieutenant Mark Jerome and his crew of inmates sprang into action. While setting up barriers on flooded roads, they were alerted to a man in distress. The man, caught in a raging river after a rainstorm, was clinging to a paddle near his rubber raft. Without hesitation, inmates Fred Brooks and Gavin Gresham leaped into action, risking their safety to rescue the stranded man. Jerome expressed his disapproval of the man's risky venture, emphasizing the dangerous conditions. The rescued rafter was wearing a scuba diver's wetsuit and helmet and is fortunate to be alive. Lieutenant Jerome commended his crew's quick response. This from the Athens Banner-Herald. Athens came together in a celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy at the 45th Annual MLK Awards Banquet last weekend. Hosted by the Athens Area Human Relations Council, the event emphasized the theme, "It Starts With Me," shifting the cultural climate through the study and practice of Kingian nonviolence. The night featured a keynote speech by Reverend Dr. Pippin Whitaker, performances by Clark Central High School Concert Choir, and heartfelt greetings from community leaders like Mayor Kelly Gertz and District Attorney Deborah Gonzalez. Community Service Awards were presented to outstanding individuals, including Mary P. Bagby, Hattie Thomas Whitehead, and the Twin Angels Foundation. As the event concluded, AAHRC President Reverend Hattie Lawson emphasized the importance of passing on Dr. King's legacy to the next generation, urging everyone to join in creating the beloved community. This from the Red and Black. In a remarkable celebration of life, Frances Bennett of Clarksville marked her 105th birthday in November. Born in 1918, she's witnessed a century of history from the Great Depression to World War II and beyond. Frances, who grew up on a farm and faced the hardships of the Depression, credits her longevity to a healthy lifestyle. Frances, the sole survivor of her 12 siblings, worked on the family farm, walked miles to school, and later moved to Atlanta during World War II. After facing the challenges of single motherhood, she found love again at 44 and married a University of Georgia professor, Fred Bennett. Married for 30 years until Fred's passing, Frances embraced Athens, cheering on the Bulldogs and hosting gatherings for college kids. And her secret? A mix of exercise, faith, and a healthy diet. This from the Red and Black.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Lake Oconee. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing my career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
From WSB's Facebook page, as freezing temperatures are expected to grip the area this week, plumbers are urging families to take precautions to protect their pipes. Plumbers emphasize simple steps like opening cabinets under sinks for warm air circulation, disconnecting water hoses to garage-based washing machines, maintaining a thermostat above 55 degrees, and allowing warm water to drip from faucets throughout the house or apartment. Kevin Burris said, also do loads of laundry that need hot water like towels, and do your dishwasher loads at night right before you go to bed to keep the water flowing. Virginia Kearney offered, it's simple. Put a jar lid under the ball in your toilet tank just enough to keep it open and let it run. It will keep your main line open. And Stout Michael responded, common sense, guys, come on, just use your head. In a remarkable journey, Carolyn Young traded a career in television advertising for a unique role, teaching inmates at the Whitworth Women's Facility in Hartwell. A lecturer at the University of Georgia, Young found her calling during a postdoctorate at Georgia Tech, working with Common Good Atlanta, an organization bringing higher education to incarcerated populations. Young said she was not prepared for how rewarding it would be. Higher education in prisons has proven to reduce repeat offender rates, yet it faces challenges due to societal hesitations and that felony box on applications. Despite challenges, educators like Young and other activists are making strides, creating art exhibitions, documentaries, and advocating for legislative changes. This from the Red and Black. In sports from the Red and Black, Georgia hockey won the Savannah Hockey Classic Championship Cup after a 4-3 win over Florida. The Georgia women's basketball team fell to the Florida Gators 78-69, and Georgia men's basketball team lost its first SEC game of the season to Tennessee 85-79. In a heartwarming incident on a flight from Mexico to New Jersey, first-time parents Jake and Kelly Levine were surprised by a stranger's act of kindness towards their baby daughter Romy's first flight. Romy took a liking to a woman that was sitting next to her family who was crocheting on the plane. Megan Rubin's hands were moving so fast that Romy was just obsessed with it. So Megan decided to make a handmade beanie for Romy during the 1-hour duration left for that flight. To the Levines' amazement, Megan finished the hat and presented them with the surprise gift after they landed. The beanie was a perfect fit, leaving everyone in awe of Rubin's talent. Now, Rubin, by the way, only started crocheting during the pandemic. This from ABC News.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.